Many years ago, when I was launching my business, I nearly made a very, very big mistake, and that was burning myself out. You see, what I did was have a daily to-do list, and I would cram so much stuff on that daily to-do list that I could never possibly finish everything on it. And yet I tried to finish everything on it. And I don't know if you've ever been there when you feel like you're competing against, not working with, a daily to-do list. Now, the problem with a daily to-do list is that it encourages you to finish things, and you're trying to race against the clock to check all this stuff off the list. And it's not a very good way for you to psychologically be if you want to get yourself into what we like to get into, which is called a flow state. So rather than do a daily to-do list, I do a weekly to-do list now. And I don't focus on finishing tasks, I focus on starting tasks again and again and again over a course of a week, yeah? That enables me to get into a flow state. So let me explain. What you want to do every single week, you want to look at the end of the beginning of the week, so maybe a Sunday, yeah? You want to look at what is your wildly important goal for that week. And then underneath that, what are 5 to 6 other things that support that wildly important goal? So maybe your wildly important goal is to, I don't know, write a sales page for some product that you're launching or a business, yeah? And under that, you want to think of some other things you want to do that supports that. Maybe it's shoot a video, maybe it's write a blog post, maybe it's to put a carousel up on Instagram, whatever it is, yeah? What supports the main goal? And then what you do, you want to allocate time each day for those tasks, starting with your most important task. So you go, okay, I'm going to spend 60 to 90 minutes on this task. Then I'm going to spend 60 to 90 minutes on this task, this task, this task, and this task. Then when you sit down in the day, you start with the top of the thing, yeah? You start with the first task. You do 60 to 90 minutes. Don't focus on finishing it, just focus on starting it. Then once you've done that, you move on to the next thing, whether you've completed it or not. The important thing about this is when you tackle it this way, you're not focusing on finishing, switch with a stress response, you're focusing on starting and staying going for 60 to 90 minutes. You're focusing deeply on that task at hand. You're not switching tasks again and again and again, which knocks you out of a flow state. A flow state requires about 15 minutes for you to get into a full flow state. So if you've got 60 to 90 minutes, you've got 45 minutes to, what's 45 plus 30 in flow. The first 15 minutes is not going to be in flow. So if you're doing a daily to-do list where you're constantly flitting from one thing to the next in a panic mode, you're never actually getting into flow states. You're never actually getting into a high performance state. And that is why we fall behind on those type of day-to-day lists. So do a weekly to-do list. What do you need to complete that week? And then each day, don't focus on finishing it, focusing on starting it again and again and again and again. Compound interest in a flow state will get the stuff done more than stressing every single day on random shit.